strap in, everyone, because this deep dive is going to take us somewhere really interesting. We're going to be looking at Srinidhi Ranganathan's Mind's Eye 1.0 course.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not your typical marketing seminar, I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
We're talking about Hyperphantasia.
Okay.
We're talking about A&I tools. And a guy they call human AI. I mean, are you intrigued yet?
Intrigued is maybe an understatement. I think what really gets me about this is that it's so ambitious.
Right.
You know, it's not just like keeping up with the latest trends in marketing. This is like rewiring how we think about creativity itself.
Absolutely.
And so we've got like research papers and the course outline, even some testimonials from past students.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we've got a lot to unpack here.
I'm excited to unpack this. So first things first, we got to talk about this whole hyperphantasia thing.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone who's not familiar, this is basically the ability to visualize things in incredible detail.
Right.
Like almost having a VR system built into your brain. So how does that translate into actually being a better marketer, though?
So it's more than just like pretty pictures, you know?
Okay.
Imagine being able to like really vividly experience a customer's journey. Like feel their emotions as they interact with your brand.
Okay.
Or picture like entire ad campaigns in your mind and tweak like the messaging, the visuals, the call to action, all before you even like open up Photoshop.
Wow.
That's the kind of edge this could give you.
It's interesting you say that because I consider myself a visual person, but I got to admit this whole human AI thing sounds a little much.
Yeah.
So Srinidhi, this guy, he's got to have some serious credentials to back that up, right?
He definitely does.
Well,
He's got over a decade of experience in digital marketing, and his track record is incredible. He's known for problem solving at like superhuman speed, hence the nickname.
All right.
But it's more than just processing power, you know? Like the course material really highlights how he combines like traditional marketing wisdom with these cutting edge digital strategies.
Right.
And then adds this whole mind training aspect to it. It's a very unique blend.
And let's not skip over that mind training part because the course outline mentions things like Ajna chakra activation.
Right.
And techniques that are inspired by the Hindu goddess Hakini.
Okay.
So is this like getting into the mystical side of marketing?
So he definitely incorporates some elements from Eastern traditions, but it's all about practical application. He uses these concepts as framework for tapping into deeper levels of creativity and intuition, which is often overlooked, I think, in the data-driven world of digital marketing.
Right.
You know, AI can process information, but it can't replicate that spark of human ingenuity.
Right,
and that's what this course is all about cultivating.
Okay, I'm officially hooked. Tell me, what does this Mind's Eye 1.0 experience actually look like?
Okay.
Broke down the course structure. What are some of the highlights?
So day one, it jumps right in. It dives right into practical techniques for awakening and harnessing hyperphantasia.
Okay.
And it's not just theory. It's exercises and techniques you can use immediately.
Nice.
And then day two is all about mastering prompt engineering. This is where that AI connection really comes in. It's about learning to communicate with AI tools in a way that unlocks their true potential for creative brainstorming, content creation, and more.
I got to point out day 7.
What's that?
Ajna chakra activation for digital marketing. Come on, that's got to be the coolest title.
I know.
Even if you are skeptical about this whole third eye thing.
Right.
The idea of unlocking hidden creative potential, I mean, that's pretty enticing.
It is.
It is.
And what I find impressive is that it's not just about these esoteric concepts.
Okay.
He explicitly connects these ideas back to practical marketing applications. Like crafting compelling narratives, anticipating market trends, developing really innovative campaigns.
Right.
It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And on day 10, you get to put everything you've learned into action.
Yes.
With a capstone project.
You got it.
And what's really cool is you get direct feedback from Srinidhi himself.
It's true.
Talk about personalized attention.
That's something you rarely see, especially in online courses.
Exactly.
And it shows a real commitment to student success.
Absolutely.
And speaking of access, the course fees are surprisingly reasonable.
Okay, hold on right there. We've got to pause for breath.
Okay.
But trust me, you don't want to miss part 2, where we dig into the real meat of this course, the techniques, the tools, and the potential impact this could have on your marketing game. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You know, I'm really excited to dig deeper into the specifics of what makes this course so innovative.
Yeah, me too. We've talked about the big ideas, but I'm ready to get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, let's do it.
What are some of the actual techniques that he teaches that people can walk away with and apply immediately?
So one thing that really stood out to me was this emphasis on prompt engineering. Like, it's not just about using AI tools, it's about learning how to, like, speak their language. So he gives you these specific frameworks and examples for crafting prompts that elicit these really creative outputs from AI.
Yeah, wow.
Like, imagine generating a year's worth of social media content ideas in minutes.
Wow.
Or having AI analyze your target audience and suggest, like, these really unexpected campaign angles.
That sounds incredibly powerful. But is there a risk of becoming too reliant on the AI?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And the course definitely addresses that.
Okay.
One of the things he emphasizes is that AI should be a tool for amplifying human creativity, not replacing it.
Oh.
So he teaches you techniques for combining hyperphantasia with these AI outputs. So you're not just passively taking suggestions, but actively shaping and refining them with your own vision.
Right.
It's like having a superpowered brainstorming partner.
Right.
But you're still the creative director.
Okay, now I have to ask about this whole Ajna chakra thing. I'm trying to keep an open mind. But how does something that sounds a little mystical, how does that translate into tangible marketing results?
So I had similar reservations at first.
Okay.
But looking at the course material and the testimonials, it's clear that he's not pushing some kind of supernatural quick fix.
Okay.
He uses this concept of the Ajna chakra, the third eye, as a metaphor for developing intuitive insight.
Interesting.
It's like training your mind to spot patterns, to make connections and have those aha moments that lead to breakthrough ideas.
Okay.
And he gives you these specific exercises and meditations.
Oh, wow.
Designed to cultivate that kind of thinking.
So it's less about channeling cosmic energy and more about tapping into the potential of your own mind.
Exactly. And the applications go beyond just coming up with creative concepts. Like one testimonial I read mentioned how using these techniques helped them better understand customer motivations, predict market trends, even navigate complex negotiations. All these things that are crucial for success in marketing.
So it sounds like this course really pushes the boundaries of what we traditionally think of as marketing education.
It does. The course also covers a wide range of topics, from branding and storytelling to data analytics and emerging technologies.
Wow.
So he doesn't shy away from the practical aspects of marketing, but he always brings it back to this importance of human creativity and vision. It's about being well-rounded, being able to execute, but also innovate and lead.
And speaking of leadership, one thing that stands out to me is Srinidhi himself.
Yes.
Human AI might sound a bit gimmicky.
Right.
But his track record and the passion that he brings to this course, I mean, it's undeniable.
Yeah, you can tell he's not just teaching concepts. He's sharing his own journey. And the insights he's gained from years of pushing the limits in marketing.
Absolutely.
And the fact that he personally provides feedback on that capstone project, I mean, that's invaluable.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's like having a mentor who's not only brilliant, but also really invested in your success.
So, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
But realistically, not everyone has the time or resources to just drop everything and enroll in a 10-day course.
Right.
No matter how amazing it is.
Yeah.
Is there anything in this material that speaks to people who are maybe juggling jobs or families, all the demands of life?
That's a great question. One of the things I appreciate is that the course is designed to be really accessible.
Okay.
Both in terms of cost and scheduling.
Okay.
So there are options for weekday or weekend cohorts. And the online format makes it possible to learn from anywhere in the world.
Right.
Plus, he emphasizes that a lot of the techniques can be integrated into your daily routine.
Okay.
Like a few minutes of meditation here, a quick brainstorming session using AI prompts there.
Okay.
It's about making these small changes that can have a big impact over time.
So it's not about cramming a bunch of information into this 10-day period.
Yeah.
It's about building habits and a mindset that can change how you approach marketing and maybe even life in general.
You got it. And I think that brings us to what is maybe one of the most powerful takeaways from Mind's Eye 1.0.
Okay.
And that is the idea that our potential is far greater than we often believe. You know, we get so caught up in the limitations of our current skills and our ways of thinking that we forget about this vast reservoir of creativity that's within us.
Right.
And he challenges us to push past those limitations and embrace a future where human ingenuity and AI work together to create extraordinary things.
That is inspiring stuff. But let's get practical here. We've got a ton of links in the show notes.
Yes, we do.
For anyone who wants to learn more about the course, Srinidhi's work, and even some free resources for experimenting with these techniques.
Definitely check those out.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a question to think about.
Okay, shoot.
What if the most valuable marketing skill of the future isn't about mastering algorithms or platforms, but mastering your own mind?
That's a great question.
We've talked about a lot in this deep dive, from the incredible concept of hyperphantasia to the actual ways you can use AI in marketing.
Yeah, for sure.
But I keep thinking about Srinidhi Ranganathan as a sort of pioneer, bridging this gap between ancient wisdom and modern technology.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that's accurate?
I think that's spot on. We often think of those areas as the separate things, even like opposite.
Right.
But what Srinidhi's doing is showing how they can work together and make each other better.
Yeah.
He's not rejecting tech or anything. He embraces it. But he also gets the human side of things like creativity and intuition and how we connect with each other emotionally.
Right.
That's what makes us special.
And that seems to be like the main message of Mind's Eye 1.0.
Yeah, totally.
It's not about replacing us marketers with robots. It's about giving us the tools and the mindset to do great in this crazy world that keeps changing.
Absolutely. And one of the most encouraging things, I think, is that the stuff he teaches isn't just for marketing. Yeah. Like if you're an entrepreneur, an artist, a teacher, or just someone who wants to be more creative, these techniques are really valuable.
That's amazing.
It's about learning a new way of thinking, a new way of seeing things. So you can find opportunities, solve problems, and create things that truly resonate.
So for our listeners who are like, all right, I'm in, but they're also maybe a little overwhelmed, where should they start?
That's a great question. I'd say the first step is just becoming aware.
Okay.
Start noticing how you use your imagination, how you picture things, how you make connections between ideas that seem totally random. And don't be afraid to try things out.
Right.
There's a ton of stuff online. We've got links in the show notes for things like meditation, visualization techniques, and even messing around with those AI prompts. The key is to have fun with it. Be curious and playful.
I love that curiosity and playfulness. It's so true. Learning shouldn't be a chore. It should be enjoyable.
Definitely. And you never know what you might discover about yourself. Like Srinidhi says, the only limit to our creativity is the limit we put on our own imagination.
That's a great quote. All right, well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Mind's Eye 1.0 and the amazing work that Srinidhi Ranganathan is doing. We hope you've enjoyed this journey with us.
Yeah, if you're intrigued, go check out those resources and keep exploring that connection between creativity, technology, and the incredible potential of your own mind.
And until next time, keep diving deep.